Jason, it's still hot as hell where you live in Fresno, but it's about to get real cool down in South Florida as Armenia HC gets ready to lace up their skates in the 2024 Amerigol Latam Cup, a tournament for developing nations in hockey, and Armenia is one of them. They've been an IIHF associate member since 1999, but they had disbanded and they were kind of defunct and had folded. But they are making a comeback and they want to make a return into IIHF tournaments. And the first step are these type of small international tournaments like the Latam Cup, which they won last year, Jason.
Yeah, I remember covering that, and that was honestly my first taste of Armenian hockey ever. And this is, I'm sure, the first taste of Armenian hockey for a lot of people ever, or in quite some time, especially since they're trying to revitalize it and bring Armenian hockey back. That's right. Like you said, they won the Latin Cup last year against Venezuela 7-1. Two countries that are trying to develop the sport and sports in general in their countries. And the Armenian hockey team has proven that they're so good that they're not only going to be competing in Division One this year, but they're also in Division Two. They have two different
So
teams that are going to be
this is
competing.
where you're mistaken, Jason. The championship they won last year was the Division 2 championship at the Latin Cup. Because of their victory, they have also have a Division 1 team as well this year. So they'll be in
Got
Division
it.
One and in Division 2. Obviously, Division 1 will be comprised of some teams who have some incredible teams. Last year, Argentina was and Greece were in the final, and Argentina defeated Greece 3-2 in the Division 1 championship. I'm sure they'll be in the mix as well. Armenia HC has seen some success outside of the Latam Cup as well. There was a tournament back in April called the Dream Nations Cup in New Jersey. Armenia participated and lost in the final to Algeria. This is the same squad that will be playing at the Latin Cup in Florida, and you know, both the Division 1 and 2 teams have some interesting matchups coming up. Again, the Latin Cup is based on Latin America Cup, so a lot of these countries are based in Latin America, but there are still some countries that are from the Middle East and other parts of the world.
Yeah, we have two of those matchups from the Middle East and the Mediterranean, I guess you could say, in the Division One specifically, where Armenia play the finalists from last year, Greece, and they'll also be playing Lebanon. And then the other team that will be representing Latin America that Armenia play is Cuba.
Yeah,
So that'll be quite interesting as well.
it's really cool. When do you see Armenia play against Cuba in any sport? So that's going to be exciting to see. And they will also play Argentina and Mexico in the Division 2 tournament. So it'll be interesting to see how Armenia does. This is again, it's a developing squad. Again, it's a team comprised mainly of Americans and Canadians. But it is growing. More people have noticed the team's success, and Armenians around the world want to participate, want to be a part of the return of the Armenian national hockey team. And there has been a report from hockeyworldwide.com that Armenia will be making its long awaited return to the World Championship program as early as 2025. And the last time they did was in 2006, Jason, Division 3 of the Men's World Championship, the IIHF. And they went 2-10 in that span from 2004 to 2006, 2-10. And they allowed 234 goals in 12 games. So
Oh my.
that's
What's the statistic on that? What's the average goals
that's
conceded on that?
that's
That's
nearly
gotta be
20
around.
goals per game if you do the math.
Yeah.
They did win 2 games though, so I don't know how that happened. But
Hey, maybe those are some high scoring affairs. We got to look into the archives for that one.
I do know they were absolutely high scoring affairs. One of them, and we really let's dig deep into the archives here. Uh,
Yeah, we're gonna get into this.
because some of those scores were really lopsided. Looking up, doing some research here, um, they lost to Mexico in March of 2005, 48-0. So that's nearly a goal per minute for Mexico in that game.
Oh
Um,
my.
yeah, so that's how bad it was for the Armenian national hockey team back in the day. But it's time, and their last, official IIHF game took place in 2010. They played 5 games and they went 0-5. And because the reason why they went 0-5, Jason, was because all games were marked as forfeits. So they
Yeah.
were suspended after the tournament because of there was some issue with paperwork, and the IIHF essentially suspended the Armenian national hockey team. But then again, the last tournament that they played in was that Division 3 tournament back in 2006 in Reykjavik. And that they did win 2 games in that tournament too. Jason, you interested to see who those games were against back in 2006?
Who are those opponents? I think one of them I do know who it was.
You do. It's a
Could it be a neighbor?
big neighbor. It's Turkey, and they played on April 24, 2006, which is
Oh my
Armenian
gosh.
Genocide Commemoration Day, which the Ottoman Empire
Wow,
has
they
not.
did.
And Armenia played Turkey, and Turkey went 8-3. So not great. But
No.
they did go on to beat Ireland the following day 6-0, then lost to Iceland 5-4, then beat Luxembourg 10-6 in that tournament. They finished 2-2. They failed to get promoted to Division 2. But then right after that was when the wheels went loose on the national hockey team, and there was the whole corruption and all that stuff. So they had to
Fair
withdraw.
to say that they were on thin ice.
Yes, that's the nice pun, Jason. They had to withdraw, and so
Yeah.
they eventually in 2011 they suspended operations, and from 2016 to 2024 they just they didn't have a team. But so the news here is, long story short, to wrap it all up, because of what Armenia HC did, these group of men in Canada, they helped start up this team, participated in the Amerigol Latam Cup, won the Division 2 tournament, then competed in Dream Nations Cup, were finalists, finished second in that tournament, and now will be participating in Division 1 and 2 in the Latam Cup. Through those efforts, they were able to finally get access back into the IIHF tournaments. They will be competing in the 2025 World Championship in Division 4, which does not have a host city, but Yerevan has expressed interest in hosting. And in this fall, they will determine who will be in the World Championship. This will officially be the Armenian national hockey team, Jason. And the participating teams in this tournament: Iran, Kuwait, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Uzbekistan, along with Armenia. That's going to be exciting. That's a World Championship tournament. We might be able to say at some point this spring that Armenia is the world champion in Division 4 ice hockey, which will be incredible. And the world champion will be promoted to Division 3.
I don't know about you, but Armenia versus Uzbekistan on the ice, man, that sounds amazing. I look forward to crazy sports matchups like
Hey, I
that.
can sense the sarcasm in your voice right now, and I don't like it.
No, but I love it. I love it. I love it. Honestly, I do love the fact that Armenian hockey players are going to have the chance to actually compete on the world stage against other teams that are also possibly competing for the first time on the world stage too.
Yes, it's actually Uzbekistan's first time ever participating, and so and Malaysia, Indonesia, and Kuwait were previously in Division 4, and Iran just got relegated to Division 4. So
Ah.
that will be awesome, especially if the tournament's in Yerevan. Maybe we'll have to send you out there to get some footage for us, because every time we try to borrow footage from other people, you know what happens, Jason. But that's a story for a different day. Thanks so much for watching the ASM podcast. We'll keep you posted on how Armenia does at the Latin Cup. Until next time, Jason.